Okay, this is our 2-minute math miracle, probably longer than 2 minutes, but whatever. I wanted to help out with problem number 1 on lesson 84 because we went over this, but we went over this like 50 lessons ago, so it's very possible it's not still in your brain. So I wanted to go over it. So number 1 says, an increase in temperature of 10 degrees on the Celsius scale corresponds to an increase in how many degrees on the Fahrenheit scale? Okay, there is actually a little formula to figure this out. But I wanted to help you also figure out, like, when you have a question like this and you're like, I have no idea, what can you do about it? So I'm going to show you. So if you look in your book, I almost wish I could bring this over there. Under the number 1 is another little number inside of parentheses. It looks like this. In your book, it looks like this, right? Number 1. There's a little number. And this one says 32. And what that means is that this question can be helped with information that we got in lesson 32. Let's go to lesson 32. So I go back to lesson 32, back in time. Somebody make the back in time sound. Okay, we're back in time. Oh look, hey, it's lesson 32. And the lesson is called the metric system. So, well, there's nothing on 32 that talks about this. On page number 216, there's nothing. On page 217, nothing. But hey, look at on page number 218 of lesson number 32, it says, an increase in temperature of 100 degrees on the Celsius scale is an increase in how much on the Fahrenheit scale? And then they give you the solution. So let's read what it says. So first of all, let's draw ourselves a little thermometer. Okay, I'm a horrible drawer. We all know that, right? Nobody judge me. Pretend like this is mercury. Okay. So at the point of, oh shoot, Jonathan, tell me it's 0. This is Celsius and this is Fahrenheit. At 0 Celsius, we're at freezing on the Fahrenheit scale, right? So that's 32 degrees.
So that was 1 degree Celsius.
No,
At 0 Celsius, we're at 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
0 degree, put a degree there.
And then at 100 degrees, right, Celsius, we're boiling, which is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes? Are you with me? So the difference between 0 and 100 on the Fahrenheit scale is how many degrees, 0 and 100 degrees on the Celsius scale is how many degrees on the Fahrenheit scale? 212 minus 332 is, yes, you guessed it, 180 degrees. Yes? Okay, now let's think about all the stuff we know about ratios. If the change is 180 degrees every 100 degrees, then if it's 10 degrees, it could be, I know, 100 to 180,
I just said it.
and I want 10 degrees is what?
18.
18.
And 1
Let's go back to our
1.8.
problem. Go forward in time again. And then back to lesson number 84. And the question was, an increase in temperature of 10 degrees in the Celsius scale corresponds to how much in the Fahrenheit scale? And when we looked at it here from the 100 point, we can remember that it was 180 for 100 degrees, so it's only 18 degrees per 10 degrees Celsius.
So
Yes.
you're saying for every 1 degrees you get 1.8 Fahrenheit?
Correct.
Oh my gosh. For every 1 degrees,
Celsius.
it's 1.8 degrees
Feels almost
Fahrenheit.
twice as much.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking.
that might be a unit multiplier at some point in your life. Okay, any other questions about this problem? It was probably longer than 2 minutes. I'm so sorry I lied. Until next time, bye-bye.